Friends, one of the most significant differences between Islam and Christianity relates to what the Bible calls the fall. This is because if we misunderstand human nature, everything is wrong, since the problem is that we are all born with a sinful heart. We have spoken often on this channel about the seriousness of sin before a perfectly holy God. Meanwhile, in Islam, sin is treated as just a mistake. Muslims will say, "We just say sorry and Allah forgives us." This is a dangerous lie. The Bible teaches that we humans can never measure up to God's standard, which is perfection. Even our motivations are tainted with selfish ambition. And at its core, the Qur'an disobeys the Bible because it claims to be an addition to God's word, a final authority, yet it contradicts it, teaching instead that babies are born pure and that paradise can be earned through keeping the 5 pillars of Islam and obedience to Muhammad. Rejecting the Trinity, it claims that Jesus was a great prophet, but denies that he is God and that he died on the cross. It gets Jesus wrong. By minimizing the human problem, it then gets sin wrong, and the solution is wrong too. To understand the problem of sin, we must consider the fall, that moment in time when humans first disobeyed God. Genesis chapter 3 records it. Eve listened to Satan, the fallen angel Lucifer. Her husband, Adam, followed her into disobeying God's command not to eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. In that moment, Adam and Eve willfully created a state of rebellion against their Creator. By listening to Satan, they declared themselves to be on Satan's side. The Bible clearly teaches that their fall brought sin into the life of every person born thereafter. Paul summarizes this truth in Romans 5 when he says that just as through one man sin entered into the world, and death through sin, and so death spread to all men because all sinned. The Apostle Paul also spoke of the fall when he summarized the human condition in Romans 3. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. We do not need it explained that people are sinners before they have the opportunity to sin. Look how small children, from when they first walk and talk, do not need to be taught to do the wrong thing. Instead, we work hard as parents to teach them to do the opposite, that which is right and true. The capacity for sin is inborn in every human ever born. Islam and Christianity cannot both be true. The Bible has a warning about this. Do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God, and every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you heard was coming, and now is in the world already. Friends, Islam teaches that even if you keep the 5 pillars, Allah may reject you. Nor was Muhammad sure if Allah would admit him to paradise. Friends, if you don't understand the sin problem of the human heart, you get everything else wrong. The message of the Bible has been clear since the 1st century when the book of Revelation was revealed, warning about adding to or subtracting from God's word. And God's word teaches that it is by the grace of God that every human ever born may be saved from hell, and that this is solely through faith in Jesus. Friends, the truth of the Bible is that our best efforts at good works fall short of God's standard of perfection and are tainted with wrong motivations. We need Jesus, who came to earth as the God-man to die for sinners, for all those who would transfer their trust from themselves to his finished work on the cross.